Hello, this is Miss Seaver, and today I will be reading Chapter 1 from the Magic Tree House, and I love the Magic Tree House books. They're my favorite. And so book 1 here is Dinosaurs Before Dark. And it's the introduction to these two main characters, which you're going to find out their names soon. So here's the cover, here's the back. Then this is called the cover page. Magic Tree House, Dinosaurs Before Dark, written by Mary Pope Osborne and illustrated by Sal Murdocha. Here's our table of contents. Chapter 1, Into the Woods. So if you have this book, you can read along, and if you don't, you can just listen. So here we go, page 1. Chapter 1, Into the Woods. Help! A monster, said Annie. Yeah, sure, said Jack. A real monster in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania? Run, Jack, said Annie. She ran up the road. Oh, brother, thought Jack. This is what he got for spending time with his 7-year-old sister. Annie loved pretend stuff, but Jack was 8.5. He liked real things. Watch out, Jack. The monster's coming, said Annie. So what are the main characters' names? Jack and Annie. You're right, Jack and Annie. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay. So Jack didn't say anything. Come on, Jack. I'll race you, said Annie. No thanks, said Jack. Annie raced alone into the woods. Jack looked at the sky, and the sun was about to set. Come on, Annie. It's time to go home, yelled Jack. But Annie didn't answer. Jack waited. Annie! Come on, Annie. It's time to go home, yelled Jack. But Annie didn't answer. Jack waited. Annie, he called again. Jack, Jack, Annie shouted. Come here, quick. Jack groaned. This better be good, he said. Jack left the road and headed into the woods, and the trees were lit with golden late afternoon lights. Over here, called Annie. Annie was standing under a tall oak tree. Look, she said. She pointed at a rope ladder. It was hanging down from high in the tree. Wow, Jack whispered. At the top of the tree was a tree house, tucked between two branches. That must be the highest tree house in the world, said Annie. Who built it? Asked Jack. I've never seen it before. I don't know, but I'm going up, said Annie. No, we don't know who it belongs to, said Jack. Just for a teeny minute, said Annie. She started up the ladder. Annie, come back, said Jack. But Annie kept climbing. She climbed all the way up to the tallest branches. Here we go. Can you see it? Jack sighed. Annie, it's almost dark. We have to go home. Annie disappeared inside the treehouse. Annie, Jack called. Jack waited a moment, and he was about to call again when Annie poked her head out of the treehouse window. Books, Annie shouted. What? Jack said. It's filled with books, said Annie. Oh, man, Jack thought. He loved books. Jack pushed his glasses into place, and he gripped the sides of the rope ladder and started up. So, that's the end of chapter 1. Now I have 3 questions for you. Are you ready? And if you have those 3 questions and you can answer them, I want you to write them down and then send me a copy of them, okay? To see if you were listening. So question number 1, who are the main characters? Who are the 2 main characters? Okay, that's question 1. Question 2, where is the setting? Where do they live? Did they say the place? Setting or place they live? So number 1, who are the characters? Number 2, what is the setting? And number 3, what does Jack love? What does Jack absolutely love? So those are your 3 questions, and see if you can answer them. And let Miss Seaver know what the answers are. So next week, I'll read chapter 2. All right, I look forward to you seeing next week. Bye.